Go ahead, Matt.
Thanks, Stephen. Hello, everybody. I'm Matt Butler, Director of Military and Veteran Services. I'd like to take a quick moment to welcome on board Stephen Hellman, who is our new and the first Assistant Director of Military and Veteran Services here at Fordham University. So we're very excited to have him on board full time. We're certainly at unusual and uncertain times as the world faces this crisis and our country faces this COVID crisis. The Guard and the military have been called up to deal and fight what's been characterized as a battle. This is nothing new to veterans and service members. It's what we trained to do in the military. It's what we did in the military to face crisis and to face uncertainty. Today, what we're trying to do is help you translate all of those unique skills that everybody finds in high demand right now to fight this battle, and then use it to your advantage as you make your transition into the civilian world. So we want to help you to understand your value and your skills and put together a plan for success. I'd like to introduce Tom Murphy, who is the founder of Edge4Vets. Tom has worked with us to take what is an in-person class and turn it into a virtual presentation. Well, we did this with the help of Matthias Ayala, who is the president of the Student Veterans of America at Fordham. There's Matthias, and thanks for all your help to do this. I'd like to thank the mentors that have joined us today. There are a lot of companies and good friends that are partners with us here at Fordham University. We're so glad to have you on. You'll notice that there's a chat button. If at any time you've got a question, you can drop a question in the chat. I'd ask you all just to leave your mics on mute for the time being. When we get to breakout sessions and we ask for questions, we'll have you turn your mics on and give you an opportunity to speak. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Tom Murphy, the founder of Edge4Vets.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, everybody from the Student Veterans Association. What I'm going to do is put up the first screen for the Edge4Vets program. Are you all seeing that now? The welcome.
See it, Tom.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, we are.
As Matt said, we normally do our Edge4Vets workshop each semester as an in-person session. PayPal, one of our corporate partners, was going to be hosting us this spring. However, with the virus, a lot of folks have been scrambling around trying to take their product and figure out a way to do it online. Well, the beauty is that we have the Edge4Vets program as an online module already. We developed it 2 years ago to run as a companion piece to the workshop that we do in person. And now with the virus crisis, we're able to go and give you the full Edge4Vets curriculum as an online program. So the purpose today, and it looks like we've got close to 30 folks, including a mix of mentors from our partner companies and vets. Our purpose today, veterans, is to show you how you can earn your Edge4Vets certificate and get connected to our partners by taking the program online. So let me go to the first slide here and just give you a sense of the agenda today. I'm going to be here for an hour and a half today, and the first part I'm going to take you through how the online course works. As I said, you're going to get the full Edge4Vets curriculum. So I'm going to go into some of the specifics about what you gain from Edge4Vets, how the program prepares you and then connects you to HR reps at our partner companies. And let me just say, you'll get a chance. We're going to do some breakout sessions today to replicate what we do in the in-person workshop to have small group discussions. We're going to replicate that with some breakout sessions today, and you'll get a chance to meet our partner companies. But just let me acknowledge that we've got Macquarie as one of our partners this spring, Standard Chartered Bank, PayPal, of course, which I mentioned. Pfizer has a representative with us today. Federal Reserve Bank is a new sponsor. They've joined us, and others may be joining us along the way. And we've got some guests with us as well. So when we get into the breakout sessions, we'll go into the specifics of who's with us. But again, the purpose, vets, is to give you a sense of how the online course works and how you can use this for your benefit. The goal of Edge4Vets, and Matt said this, is to give you vets what business leaders say you need the most. And that is support to learn how to translate your skills into tools for civilian success. How to take the experience from the military that has given you great strengths, but be able to articulate those in civilian terms so that you can use them, using the term sell, to sell yourself to an HR rep, to somebody will see the value that you can bring their company, and then connect you to the full range of HR reps with our partner companies to get a connection that can lead to getting hired. So the program has two parts to it, if you think about it. We mentioned translate. That's the preparation piece, and that's what the online course is going to allow you to do. I'll go into all the specifics of how the online works, but the concept is to prepare you, teach you to translate your skills into tools, to develop a plan for success that becomes your personal articulation of your strengths, and then connect you to HR reps. To give you a sense, and I know some of our vets today this is your first introduction to Edge4Vets. As Matt mentioned, we usually do the program as a in-person workshop, but this online course is going to give you the same full benefits. However, what I'd like to do before we get into how the online course works is to show you, give you a window into what an Edge4Vets workshop looks like. If I say that we're going to replicate all the gains that all the benefits you're going to get from that, I'd like you to see what it looks like, and then we'll come back and talk about how the curriculum translates into an online mode.
Vets, you've served our country, now you're home and thinking about a job. But how often have you applied and never heard back? That can be frustrating. That's why we created Edge4Vets, to open the world for you. The Edge4Vets Workshop Series offers a unique system of prep and connect. We blend workshop training with one-on-one mentoring provided by business executives from our partner companies. Mentors participate with you in the translation process and help you become job ready. Then mentors show you how to build a network of contacts while HR reps from our partner companies connect you to job opportunities.
All of the people I've met here have had a remarkable experience and great development in their military service. Business is looking for people like this. What I think is what Edge4Vets does such a good job of helping people understand the translation from military experience into civilian experience, a way that they can think about civilian jobs that helps them understand where they would like to go, and then to be able to explain their skills and their experiences in a military setting and how important and valuable that can be to a civilian interviewer who maybe has no military experience, but understands how to value people with strong personal traits and a commitment to cause.
A facilitator leads the discussion and suggests topics. There are 4 key elements that make up the Edge4Vets curriculum. They are vision, values, skills, and action. Vision, step 1. Mentors help you get clear about the kind of work you want to do for the life that you want. Step 2, values. Mentors help you identify the values you developed in the military, values that can make you valuable to companies. Step 3, skills. Mentors help you gain clarity on the skills you developed in the military and help you develop confidence expressing those skills in civilian terms. Step 4, action. Mentors help you match your interests and skills to companies looking to hire vets. Vets say this blend of instruction and mentoring really works, and so do the mentors.
What Edge4Vets teaches you as a veteran is to take those skills that you've already obtained through 4, 5, 8 years of military service and translate them into terms that a civilian employer can actually understand it, because you actually already have obtained the skills. And I think once you realize that, and that's a big part of the transition, is realizing that you do bring a lot of work to the corporate sector. How do I tell my story? Not wrapped up in military jargon, in civilian terms that employer can understand.
Vets really have eye-opening experiences while they're at these mentoring sessions. I feel like they don't just get to meet other vets who are going through the same things that they are, but they also get to meet people in the business who are willing to help them.
Edge4Vets workshops are offered in New York, Massachusetts, and Florida, and we're expanding rapidly, so look for us in your area. Tap your leadership strengths for an edge in the jobs marketplace. Let Edge4Vets help you get the job you want and the career you want, so you can have the life you want. For a copy of the Edge4Vets.
Okay, great. I wanted you to see that. That was the Edge4Vets workshop in person. However, by taking the online course, you're going to get that full curriculum. And when I say curriculum, the 4 in Edge4Vets means something. The 4 parts of Edge4Vets, the 4 statements that make up your plan for success are a statement about vision, where you get support from the program to identify the kind of work you want to do for the career and the life you want. Very often we hear from veterans that they know they're good at something, but they don't know exactly what it is they want to do. So we begin by working on creating a vision statement for what is your passion? What kind of work do you want to do? Not just to, take some job because it's there, but to take something that's going to give you a career, and then off of that, the life that you want. So that's part 1 of the plan. Second part is creating a values statement, identifying the strong values you learned in the military that can make you attractive to companies. And we're going to do a little demonstration around this value statement piece in a moment. But your 2 components of your asset, the things companies want you for, vets, are your values that you developed and your skills. So the skills statement is the 3rd part of Edge4Vets, where you identify what you got good at in the military. Those are your skills, both in a technical way and an intangible way. And we're going to do a little session around helping you get clarity on what those skills might be. And then the final piece in Edge4Vets is creating an action plan. Now, in the online course, you get videos and exercises that take you through this full process, and you emerge then at the end of that process with a plan for success. So the prep piece is helping you, and again, the online course is going to do this for you, help you translate your skills, taking your values and your skills, taking your asset from the military and expressing it in your own language. That's what business leaders say you need to do. When you go into an interview, not wrapped up in jargon, but taking what you got good at and what your values are and putting them into your own words. And that's what the course is going to help you do. That's your plan for success. Then following the creation of your plan, we connect you to the HR reps at our companies who are looking for you, and you'll have a plan that can twin with your resume. You put your plan and your resume together, and it's that combination of a plan that articulates your strengths in your own words combined with a resume that gives you the edge to get hired. Saying that, we've got several vets now with us today, I believe, who have taken the course, and we're going to hear from them later on. But what I'd like to do before we get into a demonstration of how these workshops work, and you're going to get support from mentors to be thinking about creating drafts for your statements, I'd like to show you a video where vets who have taken Edge4Vets and now are in the workplace operating at a high level based on their strengths. We created a little music video to profile them. So let me play that for you.
So come on, America, what do you say? Let's get our vets a job today. When the towers toppled in New York, they were DC and Shanksville too. Where young men and women answered the call, they were faithful through and through. From Iraq Marcus sends to Afghanistan. Their courage knows no bounds. Our young vets have the skills, America, to turn this country around. You never wave the vets. You were true blue. Now that you have the need, it's time we do. The 2 million strong are young vets, loyal to our nation. They've got the edge, America, to lead the next generation. You never wave the vets. You were true blue. Now that you have the need, it's time we do. Our young vets are home now. In waves they have arrived. Let's put them to work, America. All they want is a 9 to 5. You never wave the vets. You were true blue. Now that you have the need, it's time we do. Come on, America. What do you say? Let's get our vets a job today. Come on, America. What do you say? Let's get our vets a job today. Come on, America. What do you say? Let's get our vets a job today. Let's get our vets a job today.
Grateful to the Bogmen. Grateful to the Bogmen, a great New York group, for going into the studio and making that video that, and let me just give you the background on it. We started Edge4Vets in 2011. I'm not sure if Jerry Byrne is with us today. I know he was going to try to pop in and out, but Jerry, on the board of the Intrepid, got us a date on the Intrepid in 2011 to kick off the first Edge4Vets program, and started with a group of Fordham vets, and it has grown now to the point where 1,500 vets in 7 states have taken the program. I wanted you to see that video because the process really works when you do prep and connect. When you do step 1 to identify your strengths, and then through the course, create 4 statements that articulates them in your own language, and combine that with a resume. It really does help you gain an edge when you go for an interview with an HR person. And we're proud that we find up to 8 out of 10 vets who do the system, the full prep and connect system, do get jobs that lead to careers and get them on their way. So I wanted you to see that video showing a sampling of folks for whom it has worked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this get started piece. Remember, I mentioned that by taking the course online, vets, you're going to get the full benefit of having taken it in a personal setting. You'll be able to watch videos and do exercises that are going to lead you through the process. You'll emerge with a 4-part plan for success and a certificate at the end of that process. But I'm going to save this piece until the end and work with Matt and our SV team to give you a little taste of what an in-person workshop would be like. We're going to replicate some of our small group discussions here and start with a breakout session number 1. Remember, I told you there were 4 statements in the plan for success: a vision statement, a value statement, a skill statement, and an action plan. And we're going to take 2 of those components today and give you a chance to work with some of our mentors and our guests today that who are with us. And Steve is going to send you off into a couple of breakout sessions. As you see in that photo, the way we do it when we're in person is we create small group discussions with tables with a group of vets and a group of mentors at each table. And we give each table something to talk about, and what they talk about helps them in the creation of that statement for the plan for success. In the case of the value statement, what we're going to ask you to talk about, we're going to replicate that small group discussion here online by going into breakout sessions. And vets, we're going to ask you to talk about the values that you inculcated in the military that guide you today. And I'll say that again. Companies want to hire you for the values that you can bring to them. And you inculcated values in the military that make you attractive to companies. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to key it up with a video. This video you see next is one that is on the online program. So when you go and you take the online program, you'll get a chance to refresh yourself and watch this video, then to create a value statement for yourself that answers that question. What values did you inculcate in the military that guide you today? And we're going to talk about that when we come back. I'm going to give you 10 minutes in a breakout session, vets, to talk about that. Mentors your role, and Steve will break you into breakout groups with a mix of vets and mentors. I'm going to ask a mentor in each of those groups. As I mentioned, we've got Macquarie, Standard Chartered Bank, PayPal, Pfizer, Federal Reserve Bank. We've got several companies represented today. I'm going to ask a mentor in each of those breakout sessions to take the lead and give vets, you don't have to talk, but I'm going to encourage you, vets, in your breakout session, answer that question, the values that you inculcated that you carry today. And mentors, your role is to just listen and affirm, not to do the talking. We want to get the vets to do the talking. And I'm going to key it up with this video. And then what we'll do is give you 10 minutes to go into your breakout session and then come back into the full group and share what you talked about.
You don't have to be a military veteran to possess strong values, but chances are, because you served in the Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, or Coast Guard, your values run deep. Companies want to hire you for the military values that you can bring to their workplace. In this section, we'll help you create a values statement to show them just how valuable you can be. Go to your Edge4Vets workbook. There we've listed the values espoused by each branch in the military. Nobody needs to remind you of the values promoted by your branch, whether it's the 14 leadership traits of the Marines, Army's 7 core values, or the value statements espoused by the Air Force, Navy, or Coast Guard. But you need to reaffirm for yourself how strongly you are guided by these values, so you can make that known to job recruiters. To gain clarity, we'll ask you to read through the values from your branch and record in the workspace how these values remain important for you today. Secondly, we'll give you space to tell how you applied your values during your time in the military. And thirdly, we'll ask you to tell how your military values continue to serve as your foundation for action in your civilian life today. Then we give you space to create a values statement. That will add an ace of diamonds to your hand to sell yourself in an interview.
Okay, so Steve, I'm going to turn it over to you to put folks into breakout sessions. But again, just let me affirm for you, vets, companies want to hire you for the values you can bring. We believe, because you're in the military, you have these strong values. The ball is going to be in your court, though, to go and identify the values you developed in the military that guide you today, and be able to just talk about those in your own personal terms, your own terms. And that, lo and behold, is the translation process, talking about them in your own language. And you will have, then, well, I'm going to leave it to the mentors in the breakout session to affirm that those values then will make you attractive to the company. You've already got them. The key is to articulate them. So that's what you can talk about for 10 minutes. Steve, do you want to send folks into sessions? And again, I'm going to ask a mentor in each group just to take the lead and go around the quote unquote table and give vets a chance who want to talk a chance to share the values that they developed in the military.
Sure, thanks, Tom. So I'm going to open up the breakout rooms in a second here. So I'm actually going to open up the first one for 15 minutes just to give a little wiggle room for intros. And we'll have about 7 vets in each room with a couple mentors in each. So you'll be able to see the timer in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. It'll count down. Once that countdown happens, it'll bring us all back to this main session where we can continue the discussion. So I'll go ahead and open up the rooms now.